Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. So in this video, I'll be explaining you what will happen when constraints are violated. So when we are coming across with constraint violation and all, so those can be done only through DML operations. But when we are doing constraint violation, of course, the DBMS is going to throw an error. How many times ever it is going to throw an error. But what are the possibilities of each and every DML operation we are going to see? So insert can break any of these constraints, that is not null, check, unique, or foreign key constraint. So if it violates the DBMS, it is going to recognize automatically and rejects the statement and raises an error. So the moment title DBMS, you are able to see that I am using this word frequently. So what does this DBMS mean? So DBMS, as you all know, it stands for Database Management System. So it is basically a sophisticated software which is going to deal with the database, how the database should be handled. So that is the simple and generalized meaning of DBMS. Now, coming for delete. So delete of a parent row referenced by children with restrict operation. So if I perform this operation will be rejected. Now delete with on delete cascade. If I use delete operation with on delete cascade, the child rows which are referencing the parent rows, those all will be deleted automatically. Now update of a parent key with on update cascade. Now referencing foreign keys will be updated automatically. Now this is the summary. So not null, constraint, default constraint, check, primary key, unique, foreign key. These are all the constraints and its description. So not null means column must always have value. Default means automatic value if none provided. Check means expression that must be true for the row attribute. Primary key means it is a unique not null identifier for rows. Unique means it is alternate key. No duplicates will be allowed. Coming for the foreign key, enforces links between the tables. Means this foreign key I will be using when there is a relationship between more than relationship between two tables. It can specify on delete or on update actions. Constraint name means I'm going to give the name for the particular constraint which I'll be using in the database. So you can reference or drop them later. Now tuple check validates relationships among columns in the same row. Now assertions and triggers. Assertions and triggers I'll be telling in the upcoming videos. Now basic queries. Now select. Suppose if we want to retrieve a few parts from the database, then what command we'll be using? So we'll be using the select command in SQL, so which belongs to the DML operation. Now in the relational model, a table is set of tuples, meaning no duplicates are allowed. But in SQL, table is a multi-set or bag, meaning it can have duplicate rows unless we explicitly tell SQL to remove them. So basically, the syntax is select attribute list from table name where condition. So this is the generalized syntax of select command. So select it is going used for retrieving or retrieving the records from the database. Now this is the database which you are seeing. So this for employee, department, works and department location, project, dependent. So basically there are 6 tables. So basic queries: retrieve the birth date and address of the employees whose name is John B. Smith. So address of the employee. I need to retrieve such that I will get this one. So I will write select star from employee where name equal to John, F name equal to John, minute equal to B, last name equal to Smith. If I give this, I will get this whole instance. Suppose if I want to retrieve only birth date and the address as they have told, the query will be select star from employee, select birth date, comma, address from employee where F name equal to John, minute equal to B, last name equal to Smith. So like this, the SQL queries will be written. It is very easy to write. Now these two will be given as an exercise, so you can work with these two. Now insert, delete and update statements in SQL. So insert means adding new data. Delete means remove existing data. Update, it is changing the existing data. So these three commands are called data manipulation language. Why means we are going to manipulate the existing database. Even select will also come under data manipulation only, but using select will just retrieve or fetch the particular data from the database. Now insert command, coming for the syntax. So insert into table name values value 1, value 2, value 3, so on. We will continue. So a simple insert, add one full row. If you want to insert a complete record and you know all attribute values, use the basic form. So this is the way how we will be doing. Now insert with specified column. Sometimes we know only a few attribute values. Insert into table name, column 1, column 2, values value 1, value 2, so on till value n. All attributes that are not null and all primary key attributes. We must provide these values, otherwise the DBMS will be rejecting the insertion. Now the delete command, the delete statement is used to remove or delete one or more rows from a table. Delete from table name where condition. Table name, the table you want to delete rows from, and the condition, it is going to tell which rows I need to delete. So delete from employee where D number equal to 5. If I give this condition where the department number equal to 5, that instance will be deleted. So this will delete all employees who belong to department number 5. Now update command. Update command, it is used to modify existing data in one or more rows of a table. Now update table name, set column 1 equal to value 1, column 2 equal to value 2, so on till where condition. So this is the syntax. So syntax is nothing but the general form, how that command will be when we are writing. So set means lists which columns to change and their new values. Where means tells which rows should be updated. Now example to update multiple columns. Update employee set address equal to 120 New Street, Dallas, TX, salary equal to 45,000, where SSN equal to 987654321. Means I will go to the table employee and I will check the SSN equal to 987654321. If this one is present, I will update that address as 120 New Street, Dallas, Texas, and salary as 45,000. So it will update both address and the salary. You can also update multiple rows, and you can also update without where clause also. So if you update without where clause means for every row in the table will be updated by default. So update employees at salary equal to 50,000 means in the salary column for all the instances irrespective of anything, the value of the salary will be set to 50,000. Coming for the schema change statements in SQL, so main schema change commands. So there are 5 main DDL statements used to change the schema. So create, alter, drop, rename, truncate. So you are able to see in this itself slide what is the purpose of each. So I have told these things repeatedly. So just have a glance at this. I will be just telling the truncate. So truncate means remove all data from the table. Only the structure is going to remain, except that you can remove everything. Now, more complex SQL queries. So in SQL, we can write queries that do more than just simple selection and joining of tables. So how SQL will handle null values, means missing or unknown data. Now, how SQL supports nested queries. Now, comparisons involving null and three-valued logic. So null in SQL means no value, but that can have different meanings. Unknown value. Example, person's date of birth is not known yet. Unavailable or withheld means a person's phone number is hidden, means that is kept private. Not applicable means, for example, a last college degree field for someone who never went to college. Means, for example, a person is there who is not at all attending the class, but still, that is why in his field the data will be set as not applicable. So three ways we can handle the null values. Now SQL uses three valued logic. True and unknown, it is unknown. False and unknown, false. True or unknown, true. False or unknown, unknown. Not unknown, unknown. So these are the five logics which you are supposed to remember. Now find the names of employees who do not have supervisors. This is the example. Now select F name, L name from employee where super SSN is null. So this is the simple query to which will satisfy this given question. Now key rule, only true conditions in the where clause are selected. Tuples with conditions that are false or unknown are ignored. However, outer join can include tuples with unknown values too. Now nested query. Nested query means one query which is present inside the another query, that is called as the nested query. So nested query is a complete select from where statement. Inside the where clause another query it is written. So outer query is the main query, inner query it is the subquery. Now query with the nested query. So this is one of the example which are able to see. So select distinct p number from project where p number in. So this is inside the outer queries where plus I'm writing another one SQL query. So this is how the nested query it is going to look. So from project table, I have to select project department employee. From three tables I'll be setting P number where dnum equal to d number and manager ssn equal to ssn and last name equal to smith. So this is one of the example where they have given. So this type of query it is written to satisfy these three conditions, that is managed by an employee named Smith or have an employee named Smith working on them. Now, correlated nested query. So this is another type of nested query. Nested query means writing a query inside another query. But correlated sub nested query means the inner nested query, it depends upon outer query for the values. It means the inner query cannot be executed independently. It must depend on the outer query. Each row of the outer query, it will depend. A correlated query correlates or connects the inner and outer query using a common attribute. Outer query picks one row at a time. Now for each row, the inner query runs once. Now, this is the example of writing the correlated nested query. So select E dot first name, E dot last name from employee as E, where E dot SSN in. Select employee SSN from dependent as D, where E dot F name equal to D dot dependent name and E dot sex equal to D dot sex. Now exists and unique functions. So SQL provides special functions to handle conditions involving nested queries, especially when you need to check whether a certain related record exists or whether a result contains duplicates or not. So two functions which are associated with these two functions are exists or not exists and unique. Now exists. So exists checks whether nested query returns any rows or tuples. If the subquery returns at least one row, exists returns true, or else exists is going to return false. And this exists function, it is used most often with correlatedness, often used with correlated nested query, meaning the subquery depends on the outer query. Now, example, find the names of employees who have at least one dependent. Now select first name, last name from employee. Means from employee table, select first name and last name as E, where exists. Select star from dependent as D. So dependent is one of the table names. So select star from means all the attributes from the table dependent as D, where based on certain conditions, that is E dot SSN equal to D dot ESSN. So based on this condition, they should retrieve or fetch the data. So here outer query goes through each employee, but inner query it is depending on the outer query. So this is the example. And if it exists, it is going to return, or else it is not going to return anything. Means the exist function returns true if it is able to retrieve at least one tuple. If it is not able to retrieve even one tuple also, then exist function is going to return false in this case. Now not exists function. So not exists checks if the subquery returns no rows. Now if subquery result is empty, then it is going to return true. Or else if it returns any row, then it is going to be false. So here it is the example. Have a brief look. In exist function, I have already told how it is going to come. So even in the not exist also, it is same as that only. Just have a look at this query. Now, for each employee, the subquery looks for any matching dependent. If none are found, then this not exist is going to become true. So that employee is included in the result. Now, unique function. So unique function, it is going to check whether the result of query queue has duplicate rows or not. So return true if all rows are unique. Means out of the retrieved or fetched rows, if there is no duplicates, then for unique function it is going to be returning true, or else it is going to return false. So have an example, as have a look at this example. You will be able to understand how we'll be using this unique function. I hope you look have a look at this query. So this query it is going to return true only if all employees are in the different department. Now in a tabular form it is being shown. everything in a short manner. So exist, not exist, unique, except, and it is purpose. Now, explicit sets and renaming of attributes. I'll be continuing from this concept in the upcoming video. So please share this video to many people such that it is going to be helpful. With this note, I'll be ending the video. Thank you.